Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about my final video for the CTP2 project. So I've got 7 updates for this video. So first, I've decided to use the built-in microphone from my Android phone instead of using an external microphone module. Second, I've been able to implement a vibration motor on the sensor. Third, I have improved the sleep assistant feature on my app. Fourth, I've implemented the FFT, which is fast Fourier transform, for my sound analysis. Fifth, I've used MPN read chart and canvas to display the sound signal data in my app. Sixth, I've built a daily lifestyle feature on my app. And the last update but not least, I've been able to build a database system using SQLite. And I'm using a date picker in order to view and sort the data from the database on the app. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that I'm using a built-in microphone from the Android phone. So I've tried many times to use the external module for my microphone, but it's still not working. I believe the main reason is because the voltage in the microphone doesn't match with the voltage rate in the metaverse sensor. And by using this built-in microphone from the phone means that we can reduce the cost, and also the quality should be better than the external microphone. And also the other reason is that I want to save the time, as the due date for this project is very near. However, using a microphone has some disadvantages compared with the external microphone. So one of the disadvantages is the user needs to put the phone nearby. While using the external microphone built inside the strap, user will have more flexibility. So I have successfully added a vibration motor to the sensor. So this vibration motor works well with the sensor, unlike the external microphone. The reason is because of the voltage of the vibration motor that requires only 3 volts. So it follows the voltage rate in the sensor. So here is the picture and the schematic. And this schematic shows how I can connect the vibration motor to the sensor. For this project, I'm using 60% of duty cycle and 2000 PWM, which means that the vibration motor uses 60% of the force and runs for 2 seconds. So I've made a longer alarm sound for the sleep assistant feature on my app. So now the improvement besides the longer alarm sound is that the sensor stops the vibration and alarm immediately after the user has slept on the side. So the next one, I'll talk about the FFT for sound analysis. So recently I've just found a very good library for this FFT. So I put it inside my app and it works very well. I'm using 1024 blocks with the frequency set to 10 kHz. I think using 1024 blocks is enough because we are just analyzing a snoring sound. So here are the example of the output from the Locket in Android Studio. So this has 1024 blocks which record the snoring voice. So the next one, I'd like to talk about the sound analysis charts using MPN read chart and canvas. So canvas is a built-in library for the Android, and it can be used like a canvas in which you can draw anything on top of that. So the reason to use this is because it is very simple to implement and it's built inside the Android library, means it has a very good documentation. So I'm using canvas to show real-time sound signal data to the user, so they can see a real-time animation from their app when they press the analyze button. And next one, I have MPN read chart which has a purpose to show the whole signal data recorded during sleep and pass data from the database. So the reason to use this NPN rate chart is because it is very easy to play around, like zooming or panning, and the chart is very detailed and it has a time on the top, and also it has a very good documentation from the GitHub. So the chart in here can be further analyzed. For example, a user can show this data to the doctor or sleep expert in order to get an idea of what's happening during their sleep, and also to determine whether they have a chance of sleep apnea or not, or just for their personal information. Also, a doctor can monitor a patient to analyze and to see what's happening for weeks, months, or even years, since the data is stored inside the database. So next, I've successfully added a daily lifestyle inside my app. So it has 7 categories ranging from fast food to fruits, and they can add or subtract by 0.5 unit for each category. It's half unit because I want more precision instead of using 1 or 2. So this daily lifestyle makes the app a one-stop sleep apnea treatment tool. Because not only that the users can use this data to manage themselves for their diet, but a doctor could also monitor his patient for their diets and use this data for further analysis. So next one, I'll talk about the database system using SQLite and a date picker on my app. So why using database on my app? Because I want the user to record their data and show it to their doctors. And the reason to use SQLite database is because I don't need an application which has multi-users in my application. Imagine like a Facebook or Instagram where all users around the globe can communicate with each other, and that's the purpose of their applications. While the purpose of my application is to enable each individual to share their personal data with their respective doctors or experts. So there is no need for sharing data with others, like in social media, for example. Now the next one, the user cannot cheat on the step counter. For example, if the user click the view past data, they can't modify the step counter, but they may edit daily lifestyle from the past because someone might make some error on the data. And I'm using a date picker again from the Android library to view the past recorded data from the database. So inside my database, I have 2 tables. They are very simple, not related to each other, like using a foreign key, and they only act as a local database. Now the first table is called user table. It has 5 fields, which are ID, sound, steps, calories, and the time it is created. And the second one is called lifestyle table, which has ID, fast food, water, alcohol, and so on, and the time it is created. So the next one, I will show you a demo for my app. So I'm going to click to play.
Hi, so in this demo, I will show you 4 things. First, I will show you the improved sleep assistant feature. So right now, as you can see, the sensor is not on the right position. So now let's begin. So let's connect to the board. And as you can see, the vibration motor is starting and the alarm is ringing because you are not on the right position. But if you flip the sensor to the side, then the vibration motor will stop and the alarm will stop as well, because the patient is on the right position. So previously the alarm was very short, so I've improved it and I made it a bit longer than the previous one. So I have put an Apple ringtone to the alarm to wake up the patient when they sleep on the back. So now let's talk about the sleep analysis feature that I have made on my app. So the user has to click on the analyze button right here. So now if you see the chart on the black screen right here, it is generating a sound signal based on your sound. Yeah, as you can see. So now let's test the real snoring sound that I take from YouTube. So you can observe the chart. It's generating a signal based on the snoring sound. Another feature from this sleep analysis is that you can view the chart, but this is just an example and there's no data inside. You can zoom and do anything you want with the detail of this chart. Moving on, the next feature that I would like to show you is the daily lifestyle that I've just made on my app. As explained previously, I have 7 categories of food and drinks, ranging from fast food to the fruits. So in here, we have a plus button and a minus button. So now if you click the plus button in here, it will add 0.5 unit that I have explained previously. And if you click the minus button, it will deduct the unit. So as I have explained to you previously, I have made the database for this application. I would like to show you how to retrieve the data from the database or to view the past data. So you can just click on here. So this is a date picker, which is a built-in library from the Android. So in here, I have disabled all the dates that doesn't have any data on the database. So the data comes from 2nd of June until today. Today is 7th of June, as you can see right here. And here is the data for today. Now, if you want to view the past data, say from the 3rd of June, you can click here and click OK. You can see the date is shown on this bar, and also the data from the 3rd of June is shown in here. It shows the daily steps, calories burned, and the daily lifestyle. You can edit the daily lifestyle, but you cannot edit the daily steps, as I've explained before. For example, say from 5th June, yeah, data changes, and 6th of June, data changes as well. You can also change the date, for example, to 9, and the data will be reset to 0, or initial values. So here's the end of my demo. Thanks for watching.
So here are my future goals. First, I'll retrieve sound signal values to generate a chart. Second, I'll use machine learning for sleep apnea analysis and changes in signal. Third, I'll refine the UI. Fourth, I'll solder the vibration motor with the sensor and put them inside a strap. And finally, I'll optimize all the performance, like power consumption for the battery, testing tasks, and database operation. So here are 2 references to calculate 0.5 unit for the daily lifestyle. And here's the end of my video, and thanks for watching.